And welcome everybody to another episode of Wrong Side Simulations, bringing you the best content from the wrong side of the airplane, the right seat. And as always, my name is Blake and I am a real world flight dispatcher aiming to bring you a little more context to your flight sim viewing experience. And today we're going to do something very, very different. We are going to attempt to fly the entire flight from the perspective of the passenger. And basically the way that we're going to try to do this is last night I recorded an entire flight using you know what, we're already off to a bad start. One sec, guys. Hang on one sec. Alright guys, I think I got it squared away. So, let's try this again. The camera will be off because I just realized the sound source that I have so that y'all can hear everything the way it's supposed to be heard is in this scene and not in the other one. I can actually, I could probably copy it and fix it. Let's see, hang on one sec, copy. Alright, I think we're good now. Now the bulk of this will be done with the camera off. But, anyways, as I was saying, today we're going to try something very different. And we are going to attempt to fly this flight from the perspective of a passenger. And the way that we're going to do that is I recorded the entire flight last night using flight control replay. And basically going to replay the flight that I did last night, and we're going to sit in the back and see truly how immersive is Fenix with the seatbelt sign and the announcements and all that kind of shit. Now you will see some little anomalies because that's just kind of what happens with flight control replay. but not much that we can do about that. So that is the plan. Oh well. The doors didn't open, probably because we're in drone camera. So we'll just ignore that. Like I said, anomalies. But anyways, so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to see how immersive Fenix really is with all the passenger announcements and all that kind of stuff. Got several window views set up. And we're going to fly from Salt Lake City to Jackson Hole. And just kind of see what it does. And if it works out really good, maybe this will open up a new kind of content for us in the future. I got my fingers crossed that this is going to work well. It's already a little bit of a rough start, but we'll see what happens. You know, like I said, it's an experiment. So as always, huge shout out to all the channel members for their continued support. Greatly appreciate every single one of y'all. Means more than I could ever say. And now over to the chat, we got my man Plain Nuts in the house. Great to see you, dude. Welcome, welcome. Captain Johnny Bravo, yo, great to see you, man. JJ, hello, hello. And Delta Tango, what's up, brother? Hope you're doing well. This is a novel, yeah. Yes, sir. That should be neat. Yeah, we'll see, depending on how it goes. That's the issue with, you know, the default camera system in Microsoft Flight Sim. When you're in drone mode, you don't have control over the airplane unless you hit the binding, which I didn't. So when GSX went to do its thing, it didn't open the doors. So that's why we're already kind of seeing that. And I've always noticed too that the runway turn-off lights always come on when flight control replay's on as well. So a little bit different, but that's the mission for today. So hopefully it goes well. This will give me a lot of time to just kind of hang out with y'all and stare at the chat. And these guys aren't hooking up either. I don't know. If anything, we'll kind of finagle our way through it. But I think the drone camera is really what kind of threw things off. So we're going to go ahead and board because we are VIPs. Know what I'm saying? And also, while we're en route, we have a little unboxing to do of a little something. It's not flight sim related, but a little unboxing of something cool. Alright, so the catering's done. I wonder if... I don't think the fuelers are ever going to hook up. Yeah, okay. So they're done. I do want to check and make sure we do have the fuel we're supposed to have. Yeah, we do. Sweet! Alright, cool. We're off to a good start. And we're just gonna, like I said, enjoy the sights and sounds of Fenix. Turn those sounds up for you guys. We'll adjust those as need be. Y'all can't hear the announcements, right? We have GSX is on one today.
If you're traveling with a larger rollerboard, please place it in the overhead bins, either wheels or handles first on either side of the aircraft.
I did get Rouge uniform, but that's not it. That is not it. But yes, we did get Rouge uniform.
Please go ahead and utilize the next available space. If you brought any second item with you, such as a briefcase, tote bag, laptop bag, backpack, you can go ahead and utilize that space under the seat in front of you. So that we can utilize.
Alright guys, I'm gonna get rid of my face so we can enjoy all of the immersion. The hope immersion.
Tablets and e-readers while we're here at the gate. However, once we close our boarding door, you must please place these items.
Yeah, I saw that front caterer was loading through the cargo hold. Yeah. If that continues to be a thing, I'll have to fix that, which is a pretty easy fix.
must be stowed under the
Let's
bag
see.
and
Don't think I
ready for
said. Is this
pins.
Island Sims
Please do
Salt
not
Lake
store
from
these items
2020?
until talking to
It
friends.
is.
Place them directly on the floor or hold
It
them on your lap
is
during taxi
the
or
only
takeoff
good
landing.
Salt Lake scenery we
This is
got.
not just a Delta policy, but
I was just
an
flying
FAA
Salt Lake
regulation
Jackson
for
last
your
night
safety.
and today in my beloved Delta Phoenix. Hell yeah. This is my favorite city pair by far. I love Salt Lake, Jackson, Salt Lake. Rue, what are you eating on? I got Rue in here again. Little mischievous shit. D-Champ! What's up, man? Long time. Hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. Good, good. Glad y'all can hear them. That was my main concern. Rue, get out of there. Go lay on your bed, please. Go lay on your bed. Probably get a copyright for the songs. I might need to change the monetization. Set that to off. There we go. Hey, JJ, what's up, brother? Welcome, welcome, everybody. Super stoked to have y'all here with us tonight. You mean we wouldn't necessarily be looking at you the whole time on real life? I guess not, right? GSX is acting real funky. Like, they're not getting out and loading the bags. There's double everything. You can see the two, at least on that side. Yeah, all of it's just kind of weird. So we got a few different. Have I heard from Shaq? I have not. I heard from him yesterday. He was in the chat yesterday. Tomorrow is his first day instructing, so I'm sure he's quite focused on that. Can you imagine if we had in Atlanta, in Salt Lake, at the quality? Oh, I know. That would be cool. Alright guys, what the hell was that? Me and GSX are about to fight, man. I spent a lot of time last night updating GSX so we can see the passengers walk on. We can sit up here in first class and give them the poor people look, like, get back there, you peasants. And now it's just all going to shit. Man, ruining it. It's ruining it. We're supposed to have seated passengers, all the things, and it's just getting ruined. We'll still go with it. Dispatcher POV next, alright. That's what I got the metas for. Dude, and honestly, like, as long as I keep, like, when I install a new livery, like this is a newer one, as long as I, like, go make sure I uncheck and recheck the seated passengers, I've never really have issues with GSX. But honestly, everything's been weird since the beginning of me trying to get the stream going. Like, FSU IPC didn't auto start, Fenix executable didn't auto start, Codal didn't auto start, a lot of stuff didn't auto start, and I was like, you know what, I got it all going now, I shouldn't have any problems. Well, here we go. Try standing up by the cockpit door for a moment to see if passengers walk down the aisle. Okay. I don't think they are. Yeah, they're just disappearing as soon as they hit the aisle. Usually at a minimum they'll go all the way down to their seat and then disappear, but they're not even doing that. We got a lot of funkiness going on. I'm not excited about it. Alright, so we'll go through the kind of the views we're going to have for this flight. So we've got kind of a left forward view, and then a left aft view, right forward, and then right aft, and then our first class looking at the peasants walk by view that's not working. Now if we want, we can either just keep going with this as it is, or I can completely restart everything Might take me about 20 minutes to get the stream back going. But I want to do basically restart my computer and get everything fresh. But I'm gonna leave it up to y'all. In all honesty, it's driving me nuts that GSX seated passengers is not working. That right there already ruins the immersion. GSX ain't doing anything. It's boarding folks though. I mean, obviously you see them getting on the airplane. Not to worry about it. This is a great idea, so we'll learn right along with you. Sounds like a plan. I really don't have any problem restarting it. It's really up to y'all. I know y'all probably don't want to sit and wait, because the big thing to make sure the airplane acts right, doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles and stuff, is I have to go and set up the airplane like I'm gonna fly it, and then start the stream, start the replay, start the boarding process, and have everything set and ready to go from the get-go. If you'll enjoy it more doing the restart, then do it. Otherwise, not a worry. Just keep this. We can imagine it in real life. I just look out the window anyway. Sure. I don't know. I'm torn. Yeah, I guess we'll stick with it, and then we'll try it again. I'll have to go fly another flight, record it, and then give it another shot. Yeah, for me personally, I definitely would enjoy it more having the passengers, because kind of what I wanted to do throughout the flight is not just, I mean, obviously we're going to look out the window most of the time, but also kind of get this perspective and see the people sitting around, watch the curtain close, and see the seatbelt sign come on, and the doors arm, and all that stuff. But Tango's Point, this is a good, and like I have it titled in the thumbnail, right? It's an experiment. So we'll learn from it, know what to do next time, and next time when I have weird, funky stuff happen. You know what? I wonder if GSX is somehow captured in the replay. Surely it's not. I don't think it could be. But if it is, that's cool. What we'll do is, when we get to Jackson Hole, we'll test that theory by not manually turn on GSX and see what happens. If there's people there to meet us and marshal us in, then we'll know that Flight Control Replay also captures GSX. But I'm probably going to have to reset GSX, because I don't think these guys are going to go away. I think it's all going to be stuck. They're not doing anything. So what I might go ahead and do is reset. Make sure that number keeps going up. Hey, now we got seated passengers. Woohoo! Yippee! Wes, what is going on, my friend? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Now here's gonna be the hard part, though. I don't know when all the boarding would be done and when the push would start. So I guess what I ought to do is go ahead and turn on the beacon. But that may not do anything, so I don't think GSX is obviously in use. Oh, yep, it does. It's me.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Now, I don't exactly know. Rue, I'm about to whip your ass. Get out of there. She keeps getting under. My chair is going to run into all of my cables.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
So yeah, so the next issue is I think if I don't know, I just watch to see like maybe when the push starts. So I think my physical brake is going to override the brake release from flight control replay.
Locking gear.
But the airplane will start moving when the pushback happened in the replay. So I'll just have to be ready to release the brake quickly. And then maybe GSX will hopefully not be too far behind. If you use the Flight Control Replay standalone app, I'm pretty sure it records everything as is, from buttons and knobs to injected objects. That's why I love it. That's what we're using. So maybe next time like after we finish this, I'll run a test and not start GSX manually and see if it does it on its own. Yeah, so this is a replay. This is all a replay. If it's going to be realistic for me, we have to move a whole bunch of rows back. Alright, we can do that. Back here. Take a piss. So this is where I start getting nervous and like I want to speed up the replay, but then that will jack up everything more than likely. Gotcha. We're gonna fly it from your seat. We're gonna fly it from the passenger seat. We're gonna be all over the cabin. We'll go to video while we wait. Up, up. Alright. I think ground power just disconnected. My FCU just flickered. But what I should have done is got a timestamp on when the push started. I told you we're here for the ride. No worries about time stuff. All right. Yeah, I just get like when it comes to like content creation, I just get like an anxiety of like keeping the show moving and keeping things engaged and all that. So as soon as the sim stuff gets really slow, that was the other thing, man. I forgot to start this. Damn, I am way behind. I am make a checklist for this. This will give us a lot more immersion too whenever it all starts popping up. I think in the replay this is about the time that they would... Yep. Alright, so brakes released. I released the brakes. Brakes are off. Okay, yeah, everything's... It's just we're leaving GSX behind, as I figured would probably happen. Oh well. We won't know it if we look out this window.
At this time, in just a few moments, we'll be showing you the safety video. Once the video has concluded, we'll be in the aisles to answer any questions you have before we're seated for taxi out. Again, thank you for choosing Delta today. My name is Susan. I'm your purser for today's flight, along with Charles in the economy cabin.
So Crazy Italian, we are using Flight Control Replay, standalone version.
Welcome aboard, and thank you for choosing Delta for 100 years and counting.
Delta. Airline. The health and safety of our customers and crew is our #1 priority, and the shared responsibility.
Virtual
of
Flight
everyone
Diaries,
on
this
board.
is my friend.
So before we depart,
this
please
is
pay
Replay. What a cool
attention to this
concept for a
important
stream.
message.
Thank you.
Stow all carry-on items.
It
in an overhead
hasn't
bin
gone
and
100%
place
to
smaller
plan yet, but we'll get it there. This was like a good experiment.
Larger electronic devices must be placed in a bag. Handheld portable electronic devices, including mobile phones, should also be secured.
Keep the aisles, exits, and bulkhead areas clear. If you lose an electronic device in your seat, please do not adjust your seat and ask a crew member for help.
Damn, we missed the flap extension.
As we leave the gate, fasten your seatbelt by inserting the metal tip into the buckle and adjusting the strap so it's low and tight across your lap. To release, lift the top of the
I'd be pretty
buckle.
concerned if I could see a
If your
tug
seat
during
has a
pushback
shoulder harness,
from
attach
seat
the metal
26A.
tip to the fitting on the belt.
Yeah,
To release,
I agree.
Push the metal tip down.
I just didn't want y'all to
Stay
see it
seated with
from
your seatbelt fastened when the
the right
seatbelt sign
window,
is
see the
on,
tug still
and
sitting
keep it
there.
fastened whenever you're seated in
like
case
they
of
are
sudden
right
rough
there.
air.
They're still
In the
there.
event of rough air, the crew might also need to buckle up for safety. We appreciate your understanding if our service is interrupted.
Federal regulations require all passengers to comply with all crew members' instructions.
Now this is
along
going
with
to get even
posted
better when we get
placards
chase
and
plane.
lighted information
in a few
signs
days.
throughout the cabin. Smoking, vaping, the use of e-cigarettes or any smokeless product, including chewing tobacco, is not allowed on any Delta flight. Federal law prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying restroom smoke detectors.
There are 8 exits on this plane, 8 doors, 4 on each side. Each door has a detachable slide that can be used as a raft.
In the event of an evacuation, leave all bags behind. Carry-in baggage will slow
We're
the
going to watch
evacuation.
in-flight movie. So I
All
actually
exits are clearly marked with the
had that idea as
symbol.
well. To
Look at
find
the
like a
nearest
seat
exits
back,
and remember, they might be behind you. If we lose power,
to find like a
will
seat
illuminate
back
the aisles to
overlay,
guide you to an exit.
and then maybe turn on and like an episode of Wrong Side. You know,
It's
something I wouldn't
unlikely,
get
but if cabin
copyrighted
pressure
for.
changes, oxygen masks will drop from the panels above your seat and inside the lavatories. Reach up and pull a mask or streamer down to start the flow of oxygen. Remove any face covering and place the mask over your nose and mouth. Slip the elastic strap over your head and adjust the mask if necessary. Breathe normally and note the oxygen is flowing, so don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others.
A water evacuation is also unlikely, but just in case.
I use SkyDolly. It's a freeware program and works really well. Okay.
Its container by pulling on the tab and then
Might be something I need to play around with to figure out which one is
the
the better.
Around your waist, attach it to the buckle in front, and adjust securely around your waist. As you leave the plane, inflate the vest by pulling down on the red tab at the bottom, or manually inflate it by blowing into the tube at shoulder level. A water-activated light is attached to each vest. For children,
Sippy, how's it going, my friend? Welcome, welcome.
Place the vest around their waist and secure the strap.
Anything goes wrong, I'll play the role of the undisclosed air marshal.
Additional life vests for in-law
There you go.
children are in
While I'm an armed
multiple
FFDO.
and rear of the plane. We'll distribute
Stopping in to
these
say hi,
vests if
sadly, it's
necessary.
bedtime. Hey, I
Before
understand.
takeoff, bring
Gotta
your
get them
seat to its
Z's, my
upright
friend.
position and
But
stow your tray
appreciate you stopping by.
table.
Thank you for
Footrest
dropping a
and
like if you did
Be sure you fasten
hit
your
that like
seatbelt
button.
low and
Appreciate
tight
it.
across your lap.
For everybody else,
Carry on items secure,
if you think
and
this is a
armrests
cool
are in
concept and there's some
resting
value to it,
or as otherwise
once we get it
indicated on the
perfected,
placard in front
it'll
of you.
open up a door of
If
some
you have a suite
new
door,
kind of
ensure
live
it's
stream
open.
content. Please
See
smash
placard
the like button.
instructions inside the suite door for opening instructions in case of emergency.
And we'll see how long it takes for somebody to
Finally,
start stealing my
take
idea.
a moment to review the safety information card in your seat pocket.
As we finish our safety check, please let us know if you have any questions.
As we take off into the future, sit back and relax. And from all of our crew, thank you for flying with Delta, today and for the next 100 years.
Stay up, you bloody pansy. Now, we do have another little surprise for you guys. We'll see how well it works.
Folks from the cockpit, looks like we're number one for takeoff. Flight attendants, please prepare for departure.
This dude's about to pass out. Alright, we're about to find out the GSX theory. Keeping in mind that GSX is still hanging out back there. So I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't work. Yeah, GSX is. Oh, no. Rue, I'm about to beat your ass. Get out of there. So yeah, I don't think GSX is captured in the recording unless it just got jacked up. But what should have been happening is some de-icers roll up and squirt a little bit of that type 1 juice. She should have been asking me. And it's not even asking me what type of 1 stuff. Yes, I think GSX is going to be messed up. But yeah, we're technically getting de-iced right now. Yeah, I think the airplane was still like hung up on GSX. Well, it just dropped when I restarted GSX. Now the cool thing is, once we get chase plane, not only can we do the passenger view, but we can also do cinematic and like flyby, taxi-by type stuff without having to worry about losing control of the airplane and not staying on the center line and all that kind of stuff, right? I think it'll open up a lot of doors for some cool stuff. My man Vaughn, welcome, welcome. How's it going? Happy Monday evening to you. I don't remember her head being turned all the time. She looks, damn, she's just really pondering the meaning of life, ain't she? Now on the takeoff, if the volume's too loud, I will see it and turn it down. Just bear with me on that part. Fan blade de-icing procedure. Will do, Zippy. How many times I tell you not to get in there? I keep shoving her out.
In just a few moments, we will be dimming our cabin lighting for the duration of our flight. If you should need additional lighting, your individual reading light controls, let it's in a call button. Turn monitor, your TV monitor, and your air conditioning vent can be found on the panel above your seat. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be taking off in just a few minutes. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for departure.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. That was pretty fucking badass. That rumble from behind the engine is fucking on point. That was dope. I'm enjoying this too much. I think Doggo needs to go OUT. Alright guys, I'm going to let y'all enjoy the views of the mountains. I'm going to go let the dog out real quick. She's getting real feisty. I think she needs to shit. I will be BRB.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we climb to our cruising altitude, we'd like to extend a special thank you to each of you, and a welcome back to our SkyMile members and Million Milers. Your business and loyalty are greatly appreciated by the entire Delta family. For your safety, it's important to remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened anytime the seatbelt sign is on. Even if the sign is off, please keep your seatbelt fastened in case we experience any unexpected rough air. We ask that you also please remember to use caution if opening the overhead bins to prevent injury from articles that may have shifted during takeoff. Now reach an altitude where it's safe to use approved electronic devices, and a listing of these devices can be found in Sky Magazine in the seat pocket in front of you. On today's flight in the economy cabin, it'll be our pleasure to offer you complimentary Coca-Cola products, Starbucks coffee, water, juices, a variety of complimentary snacks, as well as a selection of our fresh eats items and all-day goodies. Beer, wine, and spirits are available complimentary for our first class and Delta Comfort Plus passengers, as well as available for purchase for the main cabin. A complete listing of available beverages, as well as of our fresh eats items, can be found in the menus in your seat pocket. Please be reminded that Delta accepts only major credit or debit cards for onboard purchases of beverages and snacks. However, you can use your Delta SkyMiles American Express card to save 50% and earn double miles on all Delta purchases. For enjoyment HC is equipped with your own personal entertainment system. On it, you can view a selection of complimentary as well as on-demand TV shows, movies, and music. You will find that this screen will work best with just a light tap on your fingertip. Feel free to use your own headsets. Otherwise, if you do need a headset, just let a flight attendant know they are yours complimentary for this and any future Delta flights.
Alright, alright, alright. The wings are bouncing up and down a lot like it's trying to flap its way. Watch your head, Martha. I want to look outside. That's obnoxious to look at. I guess the downside to flight control replay. So, now, who wants to see what I have to unbox? Because I got a little something that I'll share with you guys. It was a little congratulatory gift for myself. One of two that are on their way. Well, I have one. Hang on, guys. Damn dog won't stop barking. I wonder what's causing that. APU never shut off either. Guess that light was on the whole time. Alright, let's see it. Let's see it, he says. In this box, I have something that I am extremely our two dogs are interested in what your dog is saying. That's too funny. Skarky Full Sim, hell of an unboxing, bro. I would if that was coming, y'all would already. I would not be able to keep that a surprise from y'all. I would be able to hold it in, and I would definitely bring y'all along for that uncrating. The day will come. It just might be like 2 or 3 years, but the day will come. All right, guys. I don't even want to, like, I'm so excited about this. I don't even want to open it because it's just like, this is one of those moments that's just like, it just won't. Every time I look at it, it won't be as good as right now. I don't think, but. All right, so we got some bubble wrap. We got a box. We got some bubble wrap. I'm not gonna let y'all see it too quick. You bastard. John was right. Now we'll get it out of this paper. All this stuff is collector's items, so you gotta be real careful. Ooh, the box even feels premium. But yeah, boy. Delta 321 Centennial livery. Ugh. Orgasmic. Orgasmic. I'll set this off to the side so I don't lose the stand. Now I'm going to give you all a better view. There we go. Hello, hello. Check that out. It's just so pretty. Oh. Yes, queen. Put all this paper where I can hang on to it in case I ever need to box it back up, because we will be moving to Atlanta in the middle of next year. Get out of here. Let me tell y'all what. It looks so good in person. So good in person. I have not seen one of these in real life yet. A son of a bitch. I hope I get to. Oh yeah. Now this is going to go right next to my Spirit 321 Neo till November 702 November Kilo, which I delivered. So I can have a little bit of past and a little bit of future. Soon to be present. Look at that. Look at that. Chemtrails comes in just at the right time. His delta-ness was tingling. But yeah, man. Little congratulatory gift to myself. Got this, and also we have a Delta Boeing 757-200 with winglets in its current livery on the way from China. That one I am super stoked about. So, there you go, guys. A little unboxing for y'all. I love it. I'm super stoked to finally have this. I just don't need to tell Crystal. So, there we go. Rosefire radio. That's a pre-order, by the way. I was really looking at getting one or two, but then I think it's like it's a pre-order. Hell, who knows? By the time that like I would finally get it, maybe WinWing is, putting theirs out. Old Martha over here. Thanks, Shane, man. I appreciate it. I am blessed beyond measure. The opportunity, the friends that I have. After I got the job, I said a little prayer and gave thanks to not just God for letting it happen, making it happen, but also for all the friends who played a role in sticking their necks out for me. And now I shall make y'all proud. Man, the detail on this thing is just superb. 100 years. So I'm gonna get caught up real quick. Don't show us what's inside until you pop all the bubbles. That is definitely something I'd want to do. Miss Tango and I have collected nearly every model we've flown on a 1-400 on the mantle. Nice. I wish Crystal would let me put my airplanes in the living room. I did that one time, and she was like, what are those doing here? Granted, it was all those big ones. I had them on the coffee table, and she's like, those need to go to your computer room. I was like, I don't understand. I don't know. Why not? I love the box. I keep the boxes. I mean, I think everybody that buys Gemini keeps the boxes. Y'all can see there's 3 of them down there. I got the 3 Spirit models. The models are here, but the boxes are on my desk at work. Whew. Oh. Yeah. So for those of y'all who are just joining us, my man V1, what's up, brother? I don't know. I think this makes us sworn enemy. Oh, fuck that. No. Until y'all go bankrupt. Then you just come on over to the Delta side. But great to see you, man. Hope you're doing good. Hope training's coming along real nice. I'll be sweating and training myself in about a month and a week, month and a half, something like that. We've never got tired of the Delta 7. Shoot, you and me both. My Delta Spidey senses were going off. That's right. I had a feeling. Yeah, so you're right, and I actually forgot that I did read that. So the first batch of them, they ship like right after Christmas, and then the second batch is like if you put your order in after, I think it was December 9th, then it ships like the second week of January, something like that. Ugh. Oh man, Shane, I see that Centennial 350. You're getting 350'd out, 330 Neo. I am envious of your collection, my friend. Goodness. I'm gonna have to go put a jacket on. I'm gonna get so turned on my nips might start poking out of my shirt. Oh man, that's a hell of a collection. I love it. Myself gifted Christmas gift this year is the mini cockpit overhead. Hell yeah. It would be so nice to not have to mouse those switches. I agree. Sold our company of 27 years this fall. Wow, that's kind of scary. So it's finally time for a few small treats. Heck yeah. Credit where credit is due. Wrong side, she is moving to Atlanta for your career. So that is a reasonable sacrifice. 100%. That's a very good point. We had a pretty good conversation about that yesterday. We took Rue for a walk. Surprisingly, most of her friends are not supportive of her decision to go with. They kind of feel like it's all about me kind of thing, but I don't know. They're all Spanish, and they all seem like they don't want to leave Orlando for anything. Like, hardly even to take a trip. It's like, nope, family's here, everything's here, so why would we ever need to leave? I don't know, take a trip, go on vacation. It's kind of weird. It's very weird. I don't know if it's like a cultural thing or what, but yeah, they're not very supportive, which makes her feel worse. But you know, it's like I told her. I was like, if any of them got a life-changing job, life-changing money, life-changing opportunities that puts you closer to, well, at least it puts me closer to my family, it takes her further away, but we're still both close to our family's flight time. I was like, they would do the same thing, especially when you got the best flight benefits in the world, working for the best airline in the world, the #1 airline in the world, based off gross revenue. Like, I don't know. I think it'd be different for them if the shoe was on the other foot. But yeah, to your point, she is willing to make that sacrifice and that move, and I'm gonna try my best to make it worth it. And I think I'll be up there for about 5 months before she gets up there. But we'll probably buy a house either. I don't know. I'm thinking do like a 6-month lease with the option of a month-to-month afterwards, so we don't have to feel pressured or rushed to find the area and find a house and go through the process. Or we'll just eat it and do a year lease. Ideally, we would build, but I don't know. I saw Crystal sent me a house not far from at least where I'll be working, and it was like over 2 acres of land, 4-bedroom, 4-bath house, 2,800 square feet for like $423,000. All of it fenced in. Front and backyard was fenced in. It was kind of weird. The front yard was like a farm style fence. I'm not really crazy about a fence in the front yard. It's a lot to weed eat around. Backyard's already going to be enough to weed eat around. But it was like kind of eye-opening of like the options that we would have in Atlanta compared to here in Orlando. Nice southern style house, out in the open. Like, it's not even like in the woods. Like, it's wide open, you can see for miles. And I was like, all right, maybe I'm down to buy. Yeah, I have a problem when it comes to you and me both, my friend. It is an addiction, to say the least, an expensive one. For everybody that's just joining us, by the way, essentially what we're doing as we start our way down, we are kind of taking the perspective of a passenger using flight control replay. Recorded the flight last night, and then now we're basically replicating the flight from the passenger's perspective. So if anybody's wondering, that's kind of what's going on. Just as long as you can move the yoke. Yeah, 100%. Okay. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about Noonan. We live further, about 15 miles or minutes south of Noonan. Awesome properties for a lot less. That's what I'm talking about. That's all I need to hear. I think the one that Crystal sent was in McDonough. But yeah, I mean, there's like a lot of options. I'm willing to drive up to, I think, an hour. If I can find, like, if I have like my home paradise, I'm willing to drive for an hour. Peachtree City, where all the arrogant asshats live. No offense, chemtrails. Yeah, I don't know how I would. I don't know if like a golf cart community is like for me. That's all I hear about Peachtree is it's a bit more expensive. It's doable, but it's a bit more expensive, and it's like all golf cart community, which tells me there's probably too many people too close. I need further out. Yeah, look there too. Tons of options. Yeah. Yeah, that's, I don't know. That's kind of the thing I fight Crystal on, between like renting and buying. Obviously, rent can always go up more than property taxes, but it's like, do you really ever truly own if you're continuously having to non-stop pay property taxes and all that? Meanwhile, Florida's looking at getting rid of property taxes. So I'm telling Crystal, hey, maybe we move to like the Gulf Shores, Alabama area and just live just inside that Florida state line. That way, like, we're right there next to Alabama, where everything is super cheap. But then, like, not have any property taxes. Although I'm sure the value of the house will be higher than in Alabama. But that would mean commuting. And in her mind, if I'm going to commute to work, then we should just live in Orlando, where she can be close to her family and friends. And I'm like, no, let's live in Alabama, where we're next to Acme Oyster House and Gulf Shores and all the awesomeness of there. But I don't think she'd do it. I think it's too much of a small town for her. Tenura Amebia. It's been a hot minute. How you doing? Grew up in McDonough. It's a shit show now, really. Okay, that's the first I've heard of that. I think I have at least 3 or 4 friends of mine that are dispatchers at Delta that live there. Supposedly they love it. We call Peachtree City base housing. Oh, that's funny. That makes a lot of sense. You'll build equity when you own, though. Yeah, you do. Obviously, nobody's going to argue that. It's just, it takes a while. It takes like a good 7 years before you've paid off the bulk of the interest, and you're building roughly $2,000 to $2,500 a year in equity for about the first 7 years. So obviously it's a slow start, and that's why I tell Crystal, like, that's kind of why I'm thinking more about building, because then we can have exactly what we want, the style that we want, and live there for 30 years rather than like buy a house, be in it for 5-6 years, like, all right, we're kind of outgrowing this house and we want something different now, and now all we've done is thrown money at interest and hardly built any equity, and turn around and start all over again. But I don't know, it's one of those grown up big boy things I gotta live through to figure it out. If I had to do it again, I'd move to Tennessee and drive down. I knew a lot of guys that did that and loved it. That's my only thing. I think the big difference between the pilot life and the dispatch life is y'all have a bit more time off a month than we do, and so making that daily drive through Atlanta, and it's not even like coming from Tennessee. It's just the fact of going through Atlanta and that traffic. That's my issue. Okay, though, if I'm driving by a Buc-ee's, that might be a different story. Well, give me some lunch. Give me some food on my way into work. Brisket on the board. Alright, guys, we are almost into Jackson Hole. Got the Tetons out there in the distance. We will be switching over to the right side of the airplane so we can see those. Cool thing is, whenever I came back, whoops, wrong button. When I came back from my Delta interview, back to Jackson Hole, this was about the time that it came in, and so it was really neat to kind of see sunset on the backside of the Tetons, as one of my crew scheduling managers calls it, and I'm like, no, it's not Tetons. If you can get in the right part of McDonough, I guess, but every time I've gone back to visit, traffic sucked, uncontrolled growth. Sounds like Florida. Our base chief did it daily. Oh, Thornburg. If it's the Atlanta, I'm guessing the Atlanta chief, right? Eric Thornburg. Just saw him a couple weeks ago. Most friendly state tax in the country and great looking property too. Okay. Well, shit. I'll definitely put it on my radar and take a look. If you get something out 155 between McDonough and Stockbridge, that might be okay. All right. I will definitely be going back to this chat to take a look, to reference. Traffic can be a bear in Atlanta. I know. I've driven through it myself. It is not the most fun thing in the world. All right, guys, I'm gonna get rid of my face again so we can enjoy it, and hopefully we get in on the first try. You never know what's going to happen on wrong side simulations. Yeah, I don't miss the traffic. Drove north of Atlanta one time for my smoker and never did it again. So if you're coming from Tennessee, I'm guessing there's probably a route that keeps you from going through Atlanta, and you kind of more bypass a lot of that stuff coming in from the northwest. Because I was looking at Dallas a little bit, and I would imagine it's probably coming from around that same general direction. I-75 is terrible due to the pass-through traffic. We'll need a peach pass to use I-75. Man, I'm making notes. Where's my notepad? I got one over here. This is all really good information. Alright, here come them slats. All roads go through Atlanta? Okay. It's that 285. That's what I've seen. I think it kind of mimics like Dallas-Fort Worth's turnpike that goes around the entire city. Kind of does something like that. I'd imagine if I could just link up with that, I should be able to get around a lot of stuff. Surely not all of it, obviously. But for a long time, I'm pretty sure I'll be on the night shift. So hopefully it'll be the kind of hours that will make for an easy drive. Hopefully. Sometimes the overnights are so overnight that you get off at like 6 a.m. and you're kind of getting into that morning rush. But if you're getting off at like 3, 4, 5 in the morning, that would be my preferred. You take 285. I have a coworker who lives near Chattanooga, and he takes 285 to get to the airport. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be looking into all this stuff. So guys, just your friendly reminder, Chase Plane should be coming out on, say the 15th, so in 4 days. So just to kind of recap like we talked about before, Flow came out on the 5th, Typical Weather came out on the 12th. And that is most definitely a Chase Plane tile, so I will be ready to leave 2020 when Chase Plane drops. And then doing flights like this will be so much better. There we go.
Cabin crew must now be seated for landing. Thank you.
I just wish, whoever it was that made Yosemite, I wish they would make the Tetons. Because that Yosemite scenery is fucking bonkers how good it looks. And in the actual Tetons, there's a glacier that sits right there. Speaking as someone who has bought a house last year, the grind to get one is stressful. You have to act fast. Houses were hitting the market and being put under contract the next day or even day of. Wow. Yeah, that's what I tell Crystal. She's like, I want to rent for 6 months and get a house. I'm like, okay, do you think that we can pick out an area that we know we want to be in, find a house, go through that entire process, you know, the underwriting, the appraisal, the inspections, like all that stuff, right? And get moved in within 6 months? AI says fastest you'll be able to do it is 6 months. But like average, it's going to be more 9 to 12 months. Oh, Martha, look out there. There's a moose. You see the moose? It's you, bitch. You're the moose. You're ugly. Yeah, so AJJ, I've got that. It basically just adds like, hey, there's bison. Oh no, bison on the runway. But yeah, basically it adds cars and people and some custom objects to the national parks, like pull off for the views and stuff. But it doesn't do anything to the Tetons, unfortunately. But I do have it, of course. Yeah, basically. Get the PMDG on the 18th? I will be. You know for sure. I'm ready to see how hyped up it is. I've watched a little bit of V1 streams on it, but I was like, you know what? I don't want to ruin the surprise for myself. So I only watched one. Look at those ski slopes. So Robert said, going home to PTC in the early AM. That's Potomac, right? Will not be bad. Or is that Peachtree? About what time would you be going in? For the first 2 months, I'll be going in. I'll be working 8 AM to 4:30 PM while I'm in ground school. After that, it's going to be a wide variety of shifts to see the different shifts as I'm paired up with different trainers. So it's hard to say. And after that, I could either be reserve or I'll be on the overnight line. Also down 75, the McDonough area, between McDonough and up through Hudson Bridge Road is always jammed up. That was the case last spring and this past fall when I went back to see my mom. Alright. Yeah. McDonough sounds busy. Cloud Forwarded Yellowstone Waterfalls. Yep. I think I bought that. I think. Pretty sure I did. You know, y'all know I love flying into West Yellowstone. There ain't much there. And I've been there in person. Some rough folks there. But I like flying there. So ladies and gentlemen, we have conducted a go around off runway 19. They're going to spin it back around for the RNAV to runway 1. I wanted to give a view of both sides, both approaches. They're pretty different. But if any of you ever get the chance to go to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, I mean, unless you just hate fresh air and mountains and outside and nice people and good food, I suggest going. It took me a month. Now, I skipped the inspection. House was built in 1850, and I think it held up this long. It'll last another 30 years. Insurance is a bitch, though. Yeah, I can imagine. My stuff's going to be through the VA, and I hear they have very strenuous inspections and all that good stuff. So I don't think that'll be an option for me. Especially being a first-time home buyer, probably don't want to skip that inspection. I should probably go check on the dog, but I don't feel like getting up. So this was something that I realized last night when I was flying this and recording it, and this will be something that I can take to the real-world Delta dispatch desk. A go-around in Jackson Hole is going to burn a hell of a lot more gas than your typical go-around anywhere else. Just because it's, at least from the takeoff, that whenever I flew Delta out on the 319, the acceleration climb altitude, thrust reduction altitude was like substantially higher than anything else I've ever seen, which makes sense. Trying to get as much separation, get as much altitude as possible, get as far away from that ground. But that's going to burn more gas, and then a go around like this is going to burn more gas because it's going to be a much bigger loop that you'd have to fly if you're going to swing it all the way back around and come back. But assuming Delta is like ahead of the game on everything, that's probably already baked into the numbers somehow. But I'll be seeing before too long. So now we're going to be going down and kind of not really in between these mountains, but pretty close to them as we shoot the approach to runway 1. This one thing I forgot to watch was when you cross 10,000 feet, the curtain automatically closes, separating the peasants from the royalty. Now, the first time I came into land, I can't even remember which button does what. The first time I came into land in Jackson Hole, this was the approach we shot. We should see the town pretty well, I think. the second time we came in parallel to the Tetons, and it was pretty unreal. Proud peasant back here, that's right. Yeah, I'll be on that standby list. I'll be beyond the peasant. Living the non-rev life. Don't know what's going on with these folks, but some very strong core strength they've got going on. Let's see if these alerts are going to play. I've changed some stuff up with the audio, so I want to make sure these are going to play. Nope, looks like I still got to shoot it through the alerts channel. See if the next one plays. And it does. Shane, thank you, my friend. Very, very generous and kind of you. Greatly appreciate that. Merry Christmas to you too. Guys, if you got a membership from Captain Chemtrails, please give the man a thank you. Guy is one of a kind for sure. Not only does he gift memberships on one of the best YouTube channels out there, but he is one of the founders of our Worldflight Cali crew team. And if it wasn't for him and the efforts of others, a lot of people would be struggling for some medical transport. If you're not familiar with Worldflight Cali crew, it is the Worldflight team that I'm on. We fly the 737-800 full cockpit setup. I'll probably remember from just a little over a month ago. And we raised a lot of money for a fantastic cause that's going to help a lot of people. And if it wasn't for Shane and, like I said, the efforts of some other folks, it would have never happened. So just a stellar feller. That is trademarked. You cannot steal it. A stellar feller. But again, man, thank you so much. Making that membership list almost too long to read. I can only read for so long until I forget where I'm at and what I'm doing. Airport's just up ahead. It looks like I got some inbound traffic as well. We might get a TCAS, but we won't know it from back here. Now, I also want to say, obviously you would never see a 321, especially a 321 CO in Jackson Hole. I just really wanted to bring this airplane in because it's got the nice first class seats. I don't know why Fenix doesn't put like a first class in the 319 and 320. Also, if any of y'all know someone who can make photogrammetry, send me their contact info, because I really want to like get photogrammetry for this area. There used to be a guy that would do it, and he no longer does. Absolutely, Shane. Meant every word of it. Or did I? No, of course I did. Let me just tell y'all. This 321 Neo Centennial livery sitting on this little stand in front of my monitor, just as the V1 would say, it's juice. I don't know if it's cranberry juice or apple juice, but it's juice. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. I've probably said that a million times on this channel. Y'all know I am obsessed with this place. But nonetheless, welcome again. But this time is the first time I came in as a passenger.
We are still on an active taxiway. We ask that you do remain seated until the captain has pulled until the aircraft is at the gate. Thank you.
Old flight attendant don't know what she should be saying. She forgot her words. These guys had a nice conversation. She was supposed to have given that to the flight attendant to throw away. Hey, wildlife. So I got some moose out there. And to be honest, did see moose not far from the airport, but they did not vanish like those just did. Now, of course, we're not going to just leave this whole episode with only the passenger views. Of course, we're going to get some replays of the go-around and the landing. And probably parking as well. Was the V1 who was saying that you don't touch down in the first 1,000 feet and Jackson's supposed to be a mandatory go? I don't know if it was him or not, but that's for sure. I believe available runway is less than 6,000 feet. And at least for us at Spirit, for runways less than 6,000 feet, I believe you have to do, if you don't touch down the first 1,500 feet, it's a mandatory go around. Might be a little bit different here. It's higher altitude, mountainous terrain, all that kind of stuff. So it's probably more restrictive. See, that seatbelt sign goes off. Boy.
Flight attendants, prepare doors for arrival, please. Cross-check and all call.
I don't know if there's any kind of ground power on or not. It's real quiet. Yeah, I had to manually. So it's like flight control replay didn't capture the APU start. I don't know how to get this thing to board other than I guess we'll do it this way. Let me deplane. Yeah, I think we're hosed. It's trying to. I don't think it's gonna work. Because all these people are just stuck on an airplane and have to live here forever. Yeah, GSX ain't doing anything. No biggie. Next time we'll know. Start the APU, and maybe everything will work the way it's supposed to. The moose is loose. That's right. Gone on Patron. Alien abduction. Swarm has to go, my friend. Oh, that's funny. It is a gorgeous airport, no doubt. I'm telling you. And after flying into here so many times and then going and walking these same steps that I've taken a gajillion times virtually, was super surreal. JJ said 10 out of 10. Appreciate that. Remember to watch if GSX does its thing. Yeah, that's all jacked up. I think with the APU being off and shut down without parking brakes on, and it just got all jacked up. I was in Denver in the sim today, and there were moose walking across runway 16 left. No way. Did you go around? Were they on your runway? That's got to be cool. Seeing it from a full cockpit perspective. Well, I guess that's kind of that. I don't think it's going to do anything else. So, let's try this. GSX. Maybe this will work now. Or not. No worries. Let's come here. Close all that stuff up. I'm just going to do that. Stay closed. I think flight control replay is kind of interfering with it. Oop, I'm about to have a little Republic take off. Where are you at, airplane? It's somewhere over here. Keeps trying to lag when I look that way. Ugh. Go around. It moves so quick. Because like the flight's so long, so you barely move the slider and you'll miss it. There it is right there. Your mom was on the runway. Go around. Go around. Go around flaps. Meow. Every time it tries to look back at the airplane, it stutters so bad. And I don't know why in the replay, I was doing this last night, I can't get the gear to go up. Of course. Hang on 1 second, guys. Crystal's calling. Boy, I am so ready for chase plane. I don't have to do all this terrible like mouse clicking, panning around. It's not super smooth and pretty looking. That way y'all will enjoy it way, way more. Come on, where you at, song? Alright, let's see if a little GSX works. There we go. Select parking. I don't know why, but I love watching the parking. And we got somebody's heads all sideways. Slow down, camera. There we go. So I don't know why, like right here, like this just looks realistic, except for that, whatever that is floating in the air over there. Yeah, I was having this issue last night. Lights wouldn't turn off. The slats specifically wouldn't retract. It's weird. Aliens, bro. Yep. Yep, I think so. Let's see. What is that guy doing out there? Better call Airport PD. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was the other thing. The engines were off. That's probably why gear wouldn't go up and all that stuff. Because for whatever reason, after the go around, the engines are off. It already landed on the outer, but did have to wait to cross until they scattered a bit. Can you imagine if that was like in real life? I did see not long ago, I think it was Southwest, smoked like 3 deer on a runway. Oh, it's just so pretty. So pretty. So pretty. Then we got back carts going through. Yes. Funky stuff going on with GSX. They're not raising nothing. Well, that door open. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I was hoping that people would start walking off and kind of wrap it up for us, but I don't think they're going to. Things are definitely a little weird and a little different on the replay mode. And that's probably what's doing it. Yeah, we're just gonna have to exclude GSX from the equation, I think. Although I did do a recording where instead of starting from the very beginning, it starts whenever I'm ready to switch the beacon light on. That way we can get boarded up using GSX, and then start the replay at the beacon switch. And that's probably what we'll do from now on. That way we can have everybody board the airplane, be seated, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so now I can control the airplane. Well, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope you found this idea, this concept interesting. Obviously, it needs a little bit of kind of tweaking, and just got to make sure you get everything done the correct sequence for it to work right. But I enjoyed it. It's kind of fun, like being able to really just watch the chat and talk to y'all and focus on that, and not so much flying the airplane and the procedures and all that kind of stuff. So for me, I enjoyed it. Maybe it's worth when we do a live stream to also record it, and then we can watch it some other time, depending on what the city pair is. If it's a boring ass city pair, then probably not. But if it's somewhere cool approaches or something, then maybe we can rewatch it as a passenger and maybe mix it up with the weather, do something a little different than what weather we flew in and all. But I do think it kind of opens up some new content for us, and I'm all about that. So that's all I got to say about that. Well, guys, thank y'all for joining me on this lovely Monday night. It's pretty chilly here in Orlando, Florida. It's supposed to get down to 48 degrees. Don't even laugh at me, you bastards who are like, you know, in this actual cold weather. This is cold for us, okay? Let me have my moment. And so I think I'm gonna brew a little cup of hot chocolate and enjoy my night. And I hope y'all can do the same. If Huge shout out to Captain Chemtrails for all the gifted memberships. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. And also thanks for sending me pictures of your airplane model collections so that I can further spend more money and that I don't need to spend and try to get on your level. And one last announcement, we did get Rue's pilot uniform in, so you can expect that in the near future. We might wait until Christmas to let her unwrap it, but nonetheless you will see it on a stream sometime very soon. But guys, as always, be good or be good at it. Keep it on the wrong side. I'm Blake. Have a great night, and until next time, see ya. I really need I need my Stream Deck. I have it unplugged because of issues with computers, but that way I can be like, see ya, then it fades away. Not like, see ya, and then have to come over here and like, alright, where's the button at? Oh, there it is. See ya.